Boom! There we are. Live on this, I was about to say April for whatever week it is, August 9th edition of Tuesday with Todd. Welcome. It's your first time here. Here's what's up. We are going to go ahead and play with some Siser Neon I was about to say DTV, but that was last week. This week is brick. Now, we're going to talk about the design that we're going to do. We're going to show you how to do it, how to cut it, some tips that we learned along the way, because there are some tricks to brick. So we'll walk you through all that process. So stick around, enjoy a show as we make a shirt using the neon brick from Siser. All the links to what we use are going to be in the description, and I'll make sure to post those there. Once you get in here, make sure to let me know where you're from and what's the weather like in your area. Here, it's okay-ish outside, I think. I got water in my cup, and it's pretty decent. It says rain to stop, but did it rain today? Oh, it didn't even rain. It says rain to stop, and it looks decent outside. So we've got some colors. Corey's going through the rest over there, but the neon, that's kind of hard to see on the screen. But let me talk to you about these and see what we can figure out on stuff, because brick is a different beast for sure, right? You know, get your comments in here. If you've used brick before, let me know. Yes, I've used brick. If you haven't used brick before, let me know. Hey, no, this is the first time I'm using brick. So that way we'll talk about all those. I'm going to put the links in here now. You already have the show link. You want the Siser Neon Brick link. We can get that from over our friends at Any Up Graphics there. So we're going to go ahead and post that in there for you as well. Now, when working with brick, design is everything, because brick has a static background. And what does that mean? That means, first off, how's the sound? The sound. It's good on the sound, everything there. You know, make sure to let me know how that works. The thing is the design is key because it has that static backing. And what does that mean? So I'm going to peel off a little piece here so that way you can see it. If you've used HTV, you know that traditionally that's sticky. So it'll hold the material on there. This is not sticky. So what does that mean? That means fine detail is no fun, because if it starts to pull up, then there's nothing to hold it down. You're going to have to use heat tape. You're going to have to figure out something. So in my opinion, brick is not the greatest for small detail. And guess what this design is? Small detail. So I figured, we had other stuff going on. I'm like, okay, cool. By the time, 430 rolls around, I'll just cut this real quick, and then we'll get stuff weeded and go from there. The first one, nightmare, because of how thin I made it. And that's where I realized, I have to change some stuff up real quick. So I went and I pretty much tripled up everything to try and make it still work. And Corey's working on cutting those now. How many on now, Corey?
Still on the first one.
She's still on the first one. And there's 5 of them there. So probably wasn't the smartest design to do in brick. But hey, that's part of it. We'll get through it. We'll get some layers on it, and we'll be able to do it, because it is it is fun, and I'll show you all that, because we'll go through it. So let me check in here and see how everybody's doing. What's up, Chuck? How are you? Jerry, my favorite Tuesday show. I love it, Jerry. I love hearing that. Renee, hot as hell in Chicagoland. Water in the cup, working on filing while listening. Awesome. I love filing. I don't, not at all. Alan, how are you doing? Kelly, you have not used it. It's thick, not fuzzy. Correct. So it is thin, or it is thick, but it is smooth. So you can see there's about how thick it is. So it adds a good sense of dimension to your product. And so it is a fun product to use. It is definitely something different that you can add to play with. These neon colors really pop, and we'll be able to show those off to you as we're going through different stuff over here, because the one is still on the cutter, the other one's right here, but the neon colors are pretty legit to use right there. Ordered various colors in brick, but I haven't used it yet. And that's the thing. There's a lot of fun colors, in brick now with the neon colors, because there's the green, the yellow, the pink, the orange, and the blue. So there's 5 of them. We're gonna try and lay them all down here, but I don't know. Still weeding on number 1, numero uno. I should have did this all this morning and said, hey, let's get this out of the way. But me in my head wasn't thinking. I'm like, oh yeah, this design will work good. So So yeah, let's just go ahead and do it. And then even better is I thought, oh, I will just cut them all live and weed them all live. Thank God I didn't do that, because that wouldn't have happened. Not at all. Sound is good. Good. What is that? What's that? Oh, hey, Evelyn, how are you? Can you peel it from a static carrier and place it on a sticky carrier? So you could, but then here's the issue with it. Is if like this one, I peel this one off, right? Let's peel that guy out of there. Okay. So we'll peel this one off. Now I have to set this in place, hand place it in all the other ones. Do you know how much time that is? And in our business, everything, because in fact, here's how what I was trying to cut. And I can show you the brick can cut small, because this is what was cutting. This is the outline to it. So you can see it cuts pretty dang good, and that's on the Graph Tech. I'll tell you my settings, but my settings aren't going to probably work for you, because that's just how it works. Not all settings are the same. They're just a recommendation. So it can get some fine detail, but without that static sheet holding in there, trying to peel it up, just started peeling up when I was pulling it off. See? So I'm like, ooh, I need to go in and change that. And that's something to think about when you're designing stuff for certain things. If you're using a brick, if you're using a glitter, if you're using anything with dimension, you really have to pay attention to the design to make sure that what is on the screen is going to translate over well to a printed product. So what does that mean? If you're using an HTV product, go ahead and cut a cut sample before you offer it for sale or offer it for a demo or anything like that. So that way, hey, is there any things that I can move around to make it easier to weed? Is there anything that, isn't in a good spot? Is there anything that's going to come up? Because a lot of times when you look at the screen's there in front of you, you're like, oh yeah, that won't be a problem. And then you do the real world side of it, and there is a big problem. You learn that fairly quickly when you get into it. Ooh, look at that, Ellen, at the beach. Ooh, love that. Jerry, hello to you. So that's why I said design is really, really key when it comes into doing a lot of these, because it can really mess with you. And so this is something to really consider when you're doing anything, especially in the cut vinyl side. Anything you might have to layer, anything you might have to put together, because you really want to be able to have that, have it work, and not have two things happen: it not work, so you're missing pieces to it, or a ton of labor. Now, this will be a one and done shirt because of the amount of labor that is going to be in it. Because, hey, if we're doing 5 colors, there's a blue, and then there's the different colors for the outlines on it. There's a lot of labor involved in this one, so it is not the greatest for it. And this will be a one and done thing, because we're not going to mess with that again at all. No, Corey isn't cursing me at all. She loves weeding. She is, because we also have a this thing called a birthday dinner tonight at 6:30. So I was like, oh yeah, I won't need much of anything, and this is it. It was not shabby. Yeah. Oh, the orange. What did she say?
The neon green is weeding better
The neon. She said one color was weeding better than another one. She don't know why. Yeah. Thanks, Jerry. Yeah. Make sure you slam that like button before you cut it. So even on that, you could, if you're using a cutting a mat, you could probably peel this off and then put it on a cutting mat, and that might make it easier because you have that adhesive backing for it. But if you're doing a bunch of them, you're still going to run on that same thing, where just the labor of, if you're doing it a sheet at a time, that could work. But if you've got it on a roll and trying to cut it off, put it on there, I think it would cause more issues than what it's worth on that. But that's something great to try. It's something great to try for you. Ree, good evening to you. And Kristen, hello to you as well. Okay. So I think what we'll do first is we're going to go ahead and I will get into our design software, and I'll walk you through the different parts of it and what I ran into, what happened, how things shown. So before I do that, let me move some stuff out of the way, and then I can share that screen and make sure I get everything on that screen for you. So we are going to share a screen, and we are going to share this screen, and we should be good to go. So we can add this to it. So here's what do you mean?
I've only got 3 colors, and one then you said there's 5 colors.
There's green that's on here. Corey's asking me questions. There's green that's on here.
Yeah.
And then blue I have to cut still. Blue is the solid that I still have to cut. So here's the font that we used. Because this font is, what is this font? This font is the BFC Chick Stack. So I like this font because it can add some dimension to it in here. As you type out stuff, so we're going to go Tuesday with Todd, right? So if we've got that, and then if we select this font, it automatically does all this for you. So if we go to stacked, there it is. Boom. It automatically changes everything in you and adds that effect to it. So it really adds a pretty cool effect as you type this out. It works out, doesn't matter what it is. Once we have it here like this, we can type anything in there and it's going to be great. If I decided to put in here that, Corey is amazing, that's how it comes out. So you can create a lot of cool designs with just simple text, with just using that. So I thought, well, hey, let's take it one step further. And how can I turn it into something like this, where I can break it apart, add the different colors to it, the different pieces, and put everything in there? Because to me, I thought that just looked cooler. I mean, doesn't it look cooler going all the way across there? You tell me if it looks cooler or not cooler that way. I thought it is. Link to the font. I will get you a link to the font as well because it is in font bundles. Let me see if I can pull that real quick. I'm going to make a note of that, and then I can put it in there because I don't think I know I'll have to go do a little searching for that, but it is over at Font Bundles, and it is the BFC Chick Stack. And there's a couple different stacked fonts that are over there. So they're pretty cool to work with. It is a fun font, something to do with. Reed, what's current turnaround time on DTF? If you order today, depending on payments and everything there, it would ship out by Thursday, because usually we're sitting about 2-3 days right now to get everything out. So order today, should ship out by Thursday for you. So how did we make this cool one here, right? So we started with our basic font here. I'm going to delete this one out. So I started with this font, right? We have the design here. And then what I did was I went ahead and I just duplicated it. And by duplicating that, if you haven't done that in Corel, it's pretty simple, easy to do. What you do is you left click, drag, and as you drag, you hold down the shift button, and then if you right click, it'll just go ahead and duplicate it for you. So if you haven't done that before, super simple on that. Now from here, I'm going to weld it, and now this is where the fun starts, because coming here to weld it, I am going to need, actually I need 3 of these, right? Yeah, because we're going to keep the original off. So I need 3 of these. Why do I need 3 of these? Because we need the center one, that's going to be the solid one, and then we need one for each top and one bottom, so we can show you how we put that together. So once you have it here and you have it welded, in fact, I'm just going to go ahead and weld these ones in here too. We need to go and we need to play with nodes. So if we come over here to the side, this one over here to our shape tool, which is going to edit the curves, manipulate nodes, all of that fun stuff, and it'll bring it up here. So we're going to start off and we're going to delete everything on the bottom. So we just keep the top one on here. So select them all, just delete. Super simple, super easy. Now see how it is kind of stacked in here. So we are going to have to be a little careful on some of the stuff. Not terribly careful, but on some of it, we should be a lot more careful on it. Because otherwise you're going to take nodes away and then they're not going to work right. And something's going to be wonky and it's just not going to be fun. It's just not. So you come in here, delete out a node, and all I'm doing is I'm just selecting the node, and then I'm just hitting the delete key. There's nothing earth-shattering about this at all, And I don't know about you, but see how I would have taken that one right there? That would have grabbed that one. So that's why I say you got to be careful with the stuff where you're at with it, because otherwise you'll grab parts of the design you didn't mean to delete out. So that's all we're going to do is just come in here, delete these guys out. And I probably could have got away with maybe something that wouldn't have been such a pain to do. But hey, this is Tuesday with Todd. Why would we do something that wasn't a pain, right? So on this one, we got the top one. All right. On this one, we're going to go ahead and keep out the center. So same process. We're going to delete out the top stuff and we're going to delete out the bottom stuff. So same thing. We just come in here and we're just deleting nodes. Does this make sense to everybody? Make it all apart. Great question here. Kristen said, couldn't you break it apart and then delete it? The problem with breaking it apart is, since it is that single text, all of these are different objects. So each one of these would then fill in. So that's what I tried to do. and they filled in, and then I was going to have to go in and make it more of a pain to do. So I thought, well, this is just, to me, a simpler way to do it, because it's not that difficult just to delete some stuff out once it breaks it apart. And what I mean is, on this, when we break it apart, each one of these letters are a singular one. We can't break it apart any further than that. So that's the big thing. Like, typically you could break each letter apart, correct, but this is one character, this is one character, this is one character. So then from there, then the next break apart is, that's when you would lose, when it would break it apart further. So any of our O's would become solid, any of our P's would become solid, and then you've got to go in and you got to reverse subpaths, and you got to do all that fun stuff. And so I just said, well, you know what? This is going to be just as easy to do, and probably, unless somebody else has a better suggestion, this is what I found worked, is you're just manipulating nodes. And a lot of times, you're going to spend the time, this is where you spend the time on the design stuff at, is trying to make things work, trying to make things fit. And this is where I say, you need to make sure you're charging the design fee for stuff, because if you're not, how much time are you going to spend doing this? 15, 20 minutes that you're going to spend on one design. And if you don't do a design fee on it, what happens if they don't buy it? You lost everything on it. Now, what happens if they do buy it and you've only got, say $10 in it, but you've got, 2 hours in time? Is it something that you are able to continue to sell, or is it a one and done type thing? So you got to be mindful of that when you're looking at the design stuff. Now, on this one, we'll go ahead and I'll show you. If we do the break apart, boom, see how it filled all that in. That's what would happen if we did it all there. Smart fill would probably be easier. Here's what let's try it on this one, because we're going to come through here and we're going to run through the same thing. Grab the smart fill, come in here. Ooh, sheesh. Yep. How many times have we done that, where we grab the wrong line or you put it in the wrong place? And now let's hope it doesn't crash. Let's hope it doesn't crash, because this isn't backed up and it's not saved. Don't crash. Don't crash for me, baby. Don't crash. Oh, it's wanting to crash. Oh, I can feel it. I can feel it wanting to crash. Alan, that's why I don't do smart fill and stuff. On bigger stuff I do, and little stuff just buzzing through it, and it is trying to crash right now. So right now we're just stuck, because we got spinners right here. Spinners going on. Oh, there it goes. All right, perfect. And so that's what happens if you don't get the right thing and it fills in there. Let's just go ahead and we're gonna Control Z back out of that. Now we'll go in and we'll do it Alan's way, and we'll come in here and make sure that we click each one, because it would be, way easier that way. Bring it in here. So yes, there we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Smart fill, smart fill, smart fill, smart fill, smart fill. Click all the lines. There it is. Maybe. And you see, for me, you're still going in and you're touching each one. You're going to, and then what you're going to do is, so I use the design wizard. From here, I'm going to grab this, and then I'm going to go up here, and I'm going to select the center one, because that's going to select them all by the same color. And, I forgot some stuff. I forgot some guys over here. There was more to it. All right, now let's make sure I got everything. Nope, forgot that one. And I think that's why, because sometimes I'll do stuff like that, Alan, where I'll just forget what it is. So select by the color, and then we'll go ahead and weld it. And now we do have that. So we do have that one welded. Okay, so we're going to move this guy out of the way. We're going to bring our pieces back up here. Oh, look, I still got stuff up here I got to do. How did I miss this? Because it's on the on part. I did this on the last one too, where it went through and I just kind of missed it and pulled it in from there. Oops, see? Grab the thing. That's what it does. So come in here, just keep deleting, delete. Now we're in business. So we've got our top one, we've got our middle one, and then we've got our bottom one, which we're going to go ahead and turn off our outline on it. We're going to make it black, so that way it matches everything else. So it's black and we can see it. Okay. So this is where now you get to have fun. You get to start creating stuff, basic design. You're going to put these in here, you're going to line them all up as close as you can. The first one is a decent one because it's how the text was made. So it's going to look pretty good on it, right? So if we bring these all in here and then I just center it, boom, we're good. Everything's here. Now, something we got to pay attention to when we decide to take this up, because I'm going to move this other stuff out of the way. I'll move her over here. And then I'm going to just make my workspace all that so I can come in here and then line these up, comparative. So, we want to have the 5 different colors on here, right? So I'm going to bring it down here just so you can see it and I can line it up on it. So from here, now if we just take this straight up, we got to take it up a fair amount for it to clear right in there. So there's still stuff.
I know you have one that you're gonna have to pay attention to because it's a little too far.
Yeah. So you're gonna have to move down and around. Same thing again. You're gonna do it up. You're gonna do it again. And let's see how many colors do we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Probably right there. And then we can Control E and duplicate that. So down here, same thing. We can get close, right? But what's going to happen is if we go just to bring it straight down, it's going to overlap into it. So we need to make an adjustment. Now we need to make that adjustment again because we don't want it to be right on top of it, right? So you want it close there. Do that same thing. Doom. Okay. So now that we have them all selected, we're going to go ahead and come in here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to space them so that way they are a little bit spaced better between everything. I'm going to make sure that everything here, that there's nothing touching. It doesn't really matter at this point because you're going to be cutting these separate anyway. So you're going to be cutting them separate, not that big of a deal if something was overlapping now, but it is a big deal if it's all in one color and things like that. Now, this is when you can go ahead and decide on your size and things like that. So for this, now, when I'm working with vinyl, and I have a 20-inch vinyl, and I want to ask you, you're working with vinyl, you have a 20-inch vinyl, what size do you make your designs? Now, let me know in the comments, what size do you make your designs? Yeah, might be good to do a save. It sucks when it crashes. Maybe, but maybe we should do that. We should. We'll do that. We'll save it just because. Just because we'll save it. We're going to save it and save. There. We'll save so that way it's saved. I was just playing with it. I don't like when it crashes in there. Yeah, who is that Phil guy? Why is he smart? Smart Phil doesn't work all the time for me. Eric, how are you doing? but it does. I use it a lot, especially on filling stuff in to make it better that way. Okay, so now that we have our design, let me know. Like I said, on a piece of vinyl that's 20 inches wide, what size do you make your designs? Now, I make my designs 9.5 inches wide. And why is that? That's so I can fit 2 across the length of a vinyl. If I go 10 inches, I'm not fitting 2 of them on a 20-inch roll. I've got to turn stuff to make it fit. So if I go 9.5, now I can fit 2 of them on there with it. So I think about that when I'm doing design work, when I'm laying stuff out, when I go that way with it. So we're going to take this 9.5, and then we're going to make it 8 by giving it a little spade out, and there we go. That's the design. Now, when we're looking at colors, we're ungrouping this, and, we started this one with the blue, and then this one and this one became the green, and then this one and this one became the yellow, and this one and this one, that one became the orange, and then the neon pink became this guy. So if you were to try to cut these as is, I tried cutting these as is. That is entirely way too small. So that's why I made it into this one, so it actually will let us cut into it. But if we just tried cutting a color from it, you're going to have all of this space in here on it. And I'm going to show you. If we take this one and this one, and I go into our wizard, and we are going to templates. And since this is a Magic Vinyl template with a vinyl overcut, we're going to right click because it mirrors and it adds registration marks. So if we go ahead and do this, it adds it in here, right? Well, that's all wasted vinyl. And, I don't know about you, but I don't want to waste that much vinyl. So when you get in here, what you're going to want to do, you can either do it one of 2 ways. I'm going to show you since we're here on this one. You can just bring this guy down, select it all, Bring it down as close as you want, then grab the yellow because grab the yellow box at your weed box, bring that down, and then just line it up here. Line it up wherever you want it. And even on the sides, I usually go a lot. I bring it in to save so I can fit the two for sure on it. So bring it in here and go that way with it. Not too shabby at all. Now, the other option to do is when you have it on here is if you just go ahead and grab, we're just going to grab the pink one from here and the pink one from here and just bring them from this point and put them together. Put them together down here, and then you're going to do that same thing. You're going to grab it. You're going to go to your vinyl, your Magic Vinyl templates, your vinyl overcut feature. You're going to right click, and then it goes ahead and here. Now, this is what it does. It gives us two. And why is that? Because it's two separate objects. We come back into this, though, and we take this, and we weld it, and now we do the vinyl overcut. Boom. It gives us that. So you're going to do that same thing where you can bring this in here to save on vinyl because, hey, it adds up. It adds up, man. Believe me, it adds up. Every little half inch adds up because you never know when you could just use that extra inch, right? You never know when you could use that extra inch. Now that's set. So we're going to go back and we still have to cut this guy right there. We still got to cut this guy. So for this guy, we're going to do that same thing. Vinyl overcut. We're going to bring it in here. I'm going to go ahead and make this smaller all the way around. So that way I'm saving on vinyl. I don't have to wait a minute. Now, rumor has it on the new Wiz 6 that will be out this year prior to Black Friday is what I've heard. You are going to be able to just make those adjustments so doesn't have to be so big on it. So we have that. Now from here, we're going to export. Now, if you head on the wizard and you just hit export, you can come over here and you can have send to color. You have a couple of different options here. You can, send the GCC to the GraphTech to the Cameo to the Roland. So if you have a GraphTech, you're able to send to it, a Roland to send to it, GCC you can send to it, a Cameo you can send to it. Now, I know with the Cameo, you do need to connect, which is like a $30 feature. But if you do that, then you never have to get into that software. You can do everything from Corel and you never have to get in that software. So that's something that I really like about it. So from now, we'll just send it over to the cutter, and then we'll see if it'll pop up in this screen. There it is. So you can see 19.5 is our width of our material. If I go ahead and put it in here, then you can see that we're able to get two of them side by side. Now I'm going to see how fancy we can get right here, because I'm going to stop this share. Because from here, all you have to do is hit send. That's it. That's all you do is have to hit from send. But stop the share, and then I'm going to bring on the other camera so you can see how easy this is to set up, cut, do all that fun jive. So we're going to bring in the other camera. We're going to crossing our fingers because we're asking for it to do a lot and see what can happen there. Okay, so there, it looks like it's going to be set and ready to go on this. I got to pull out the green, and we will add the blue to it, and then we'll go through all the colors on it. So let's see, you'll be able to see that. Oh yeah, I'm like, I had this set different and I forgot. The kid decided to walk by and that kind of threw off the camera setting. But we'll go through all the colors. How's it looking over there? Yeah, the little innards are not staying, which is what was expected. It was expected that those were going to have issues because it's super small. And in neon yellow, Corey said we did way better than everything else that has been disastrous. Because I said, hey, let's try this. So we got in here, we're going to our front edge, and then once I send this to my cutter, it'll start cutting from it. Now we have for our cut settings on this, we are at a force of 38 and a speed of 15. That's where we're at. So you'll see it cuts it like butter. It doesn't do a bad job cutting it. I said the biggest thing when it comes to brick is going to be the detail. I thought, smart idea, Todd. Let's go ahead and do this and see what happens. And fine detail, not Not the greatest there. So I went ahead and cut that one. And now, since we did 2 of them, it's going to cut this one right there. So I can turn it that way. And now you can watch it cut over here. Super exciting stuff, right? Watching a plotter cut stuff. But I guarantee you, we'll eventually get this to pay off. Hopefully, crossing our fingers, making sure everything works. Now, this brick is a cold peel. It is a 311 degrees for 20 seconds, and then a cold peel. So we are going to have a little time to kill on that. But here, super simple, super easy on that. So we've got that there, and now I'm just going to go ahead and send this down. I'm going to use the groove that's right in here. See, there's the groove that's right in there. I'm going to use that as my channel to cut. And then that's simple. We bring our razor blade across from there, and then we're going to cut it. Now, I'm going to go ahead. You guys didn't get to see any of that. Ha. Didn't get to see any of that. Awesome. Yeah, the camera's showing on my screen. It didn't show on your screen. I guess I can cut it again, right? What's another screen to cut? So let's try that. Let's try that again, because why? This is what happens, in lives, right? We get to have awesome fun like that. So we're going to share. We're going to try it again, and then I'm going to sit here to make sure that it comes up right there, and it'll go from there. Oh, look, the dogs are going to bark! Yay! All right, so from here, look, and now we're cooking with fire. Now we're cooking with fire. Okay, so I need to reset this. You'll see it cut again. Super simple, super easy. Front edge. We'll cut that. That'll actually make it nice, because then I'll go ahead and weed this one while that was cut. So I just hit send on my software, and then it's going to go ahead and you can somewhat see that cut over there. We can talk about what it's doing, but it's cutting. We'll show you the channel of where all it is again when I go ahead and cut it. But while that's working, I can go ahead and weed this one, because why not, right? I'm killing 2 birds, 1 stone. I'm showing you what that's doing there while I'm weeding this one. Now, what's going to happen first? Am I going to be done weeding first, or is it going to get done cutting first? Corey says that it's going to get done cutting first. I say I'm going to get done weeding first. Because this is a completely different design that Corey doesn't know. She hasn't seen this one. This is the last one. I saved the easy one for last, because I knew I was going to have to do it, and so I figured, why not just go ahead and do it. So it's sitting here on the ground. What? Yeah. The weeding is not fun on brick when it's little stuff, because you're trying to hold it down. You don't want it to come up, but the juice is worth the squeeze sometimes. This might be one of the times where, it's not worth it. Little fine detail, not worth it. Oh, did it just finish that one? It just finished. I'm not done weeding. I was close. I've just got 3 little things left to pull, and it would be there. But
Did you cut the piece on press on one?
What? Yeah, that's what I cut right here. So it's done weeding. You've seen it cut through there. You've seen it do that. There it is. I've got it there. But as you can see, as stuff starts to pull off, you lose your backing on it. So you really got to be careful. You really got to have fun with it, because it's not something that is going to, it's not something to stress out over. You're just making shirts, all right? Nobody's going to die unless you get stabbed with the scissors or something. I promise you, it is not that big of a deal. Now, I'm going to take this camera away, and let's see, we're going to stop extra camera, because then I can move that camera, and then we'll be able to see, we'll be able to press some shirts. So I can move the camera. We're going to try and do this and make it fun and exciting. I might have to just slide in here just a tad, because I'm not sure what the other camera looks like yet. I'm not sure what the other camera looks like yet. So we're moving. We're moving, folks. We're moving stuff around. It's like when somebody says, I can't go live. Why can't you go live? Let's see what that one looks like. Yeah, that's going to be perfect. That's going to be perfect. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to make a shirt for it. So like I said, this presses at 320 degrees or 310 degrees, excuse me, for 20 seconds. So that's how that's going to work out for you. Now, settings. I'm going to share the extra camera. And we're going to hope that the mic doesn't go away. Because I'm going to just go to the screen of the press by itself. You tell me if you hear me when that happens. So we're going to share the extra camera. We're going to share the extra camera. We're going to share the extra camera. There it is. We're going to share that extra camera. This is what we ran into last time. And if I make this the solo layout, you should still hear me. If you don't hear me, let me know. But you can't, because you wouldn't be able to let me know on that. So we're going to do a basic shirt. Corey's still complaining over here. But hey, it's expected because I made a fun design here. I made a really, really fun design here. One of the things to think of is, since this is laid out like this, we got to kind of guesstimate on placement, because this thing is going to be, what do we decide height-wise on this thing? It was 8 inches or so. Great, you can hear me. Awesome. So, it is 7.5 inches tall, because we're going to try and line this up. We need to start with the blue in the center. That's what we need to start with, because that's what everything is based off of. So if we start it too high up, then it'll run up here. If it's too high down, it'll run down here. So we go 8, and we're starting, right about there. So that's going to be where our top point is. We have that for reference. And we know that if this is 8, that right about there's our bottom point for reference. So there's our 2 reference points on it. So I just got to get close. That's all I got to do, is just get close in the center, go from there. And that's all I'm looking for right now, is just getting close in this. Remember, I'm leaning over a camera to the side. Whether this is lined up or not, maybe. It could be. It might not be. We're going to find out. Maybe. God. Stressed out. Super stressed. Okay. I'm going to press that. 20 seconds begins now. Like I said, this press is at 310 degrees for 20 seconds. And then it's a cold peel. And then we're going to start lining stuff up and seeing what we got on it. And I know from talking with Corey here, there's the auto clam, pop up baby, that I did not pick the greatest design. Pieces didn't stick. She told me I'm going to have to look for it and see stuff. But pink and green, whatever. We're going to see. We're going to see what happens. So there, we've got that one pulled off, and we'll see. There it is. Pull that off, and God, I just love brick. I love the way that brick adds that dimension to it. It is such a classy, high energy, sweet project. I love it. I love it. I love it. Now, when we did this, what did we go? We went blue. I guess it doesn't matter. Which one do you have? You have a green one for me?
No.
What do you? Okay. So she doesn't have a green one for me. So we're going to deviate from the design, because, hey, that's what we do. So we're going to go orange, because guess what? I have orange right here next to me. So we're going to line up orange on that one. And we're going to line up orange on this one, because that's what we're going to do. Why? Because I said so, folks. I said so. So there's orange. Same thing. 310, 20 seconds. Why don't you give me another set? What's next over there? Give me something.
They're all right here.
Oh, I didn't see. I didn't see the other one. Sorry, I did not see the other one. So like I said, 310, 20 seconds, cold peel. This thing is going to go ahead and should pop up for me. There you go. What piece is that from? This pink.
R.
The pink. It's from the R.
R missing.
There's an R missing. Awesome. I'm looking to try and see as I'm cutting this other one apart. Right. What's missing where? Because I can't see. And if the camera starts moving, it's because Corey's shaking the chair, and I just noticed it. Like, what's going on over there? Okay. So we've got this here. We're going to cool it down. Cool it. Ta-da. There we go. We'll pull that guy off of there. pull that gal off of there. Oh, and that's what it is. We're missing part of the N. There's part of an N that's floating around somewhere too. Yeah, part of an N. I'm missing the
I
N.
think I stuck it up there, to be honest.
Oh, well. That's the great thing about non-static backs is that you can't.
I flung it around.
You
Oh,
can't-
shit. Shoot.
Yeah, see, listen to Corey swear like a sailor, folks. Live. Here we are live.
Oh, I hurt. I can't do this.
Here we are live, and she's just gonna swear away. Like, do you not realize kids are watching, and YouTube's gonna ding me, and now I'm gonna have to go to like Facebook jail and all that
There's no
because
end thing over here.
you're just dropping bombs like there's no tomorrow.
An
Like,
end piece?
there's an end piece. There's something missing somewhere because I can see it clearly on the shirt that we're missing there.
There's the end.
It came off somewhere. I'm just saying it just.
There's only ends on the press-on, I see.
All right, it's missing there.
Oh, that's orange.
It's
thought
orange.
I was looking for pink.
No, I haven't made it to pink yet. So here we go. Yellow. We're gonna add the yellow in next. And we're gonna see.
That's what it's at.
Right? She's like, I don't know where any of it is. So I said, fun project time. We're gonna get that here. It is. This is super fun, right?
No.
I mean, this is amazing fun. This is what we do this for. We do this for entertainment. We do this for the people. The people love this. They're like, this is exactly why I wouldn't do it. So 20 seconds. Once again, 3:10, 20 seconds cold peel on it. What am I missing comment-wise? Anything? PG-13, right? How's brick washability? I have not had any issues with brick washability. It's done fine, and so we haven't had any issues there with it. Will the first one shrink? No, I haven't had any issues. And you will see as we go through it here, because we're going to keep pressing that one. You're going to see that what kind of issues we're going to have with it, right? How's that green one coming?
You better get your heat tape ready.
Better get my heat tape ready. Well, I'm already missing some stuff on pink and green and orange, so why would that even matter to
I
me?
think I gave you. There's only one piece that was off.
Right.
The R.
I'm gonna have to use
Where'd
heat
it
tape.
go?
It's right there. I'm gonna have to use heat tape on it. So there's that. But I really love that yellow. Man, that yellow was legit. Woof. I love it. Next up is going to be pink, and I can see where I need to try and guesstimate where something goes. That was probably giant. I'm not even going to mess with you guys. I'm not.
Just press it first and then go back and redo it. Got it.
Yeah, that's probably what I should do. But we're going to go ahead and add pink on here. So there's pink. And pink is going on here. And you can see from, the little lines and whatever that's why it probably wasn't the smartest thing to do, but hey, you know me, folks, we're gonna see what works and not work. All right, pink time. 3:10, 20 seconds. Siser brick. The link is in the comments to Any Up Graphics. That is our affiliate link to it. So yeah, we make a small percentage of it. You support another small business. You actually support two small businesses. You support us and them. So hey, make sure to use those links in the comments when you can. Here we go. We're pulling this up here. And we'll cool this bad boy off. And we'll see how this one looks. And now this shirt is just a just support company PC 55. Nothing super fancy. So we'll go ahead and pull this. How's my green looking there? How close are you? Do you have any of it done?
Yes.
I don't even care.
I just got a few more letters to pull out.
She's just got a few more letters to pull out. She's got a few more. Her pull-out game is weak. She's got a few more to pull out.
Well, the O's are all popping off now.
Yeah, O's are all now popping off. I think that looks somewhat right. That looks somewhat right there. Right. Do you have any?
I got this piece.
All right. She's got one piece left. And so, as we are right now, I'll pull this one up here, and we'll see if you guys can see this on the screen. There's the pink, the yellow, the orange, and the blue. And that way you can see it from there.
Geez.
She just went through all this, and then
It
it just all popped off because she's being wonky with it.
No, because none of them were stuck down.
Just send it to me. Just send it. We're just going to send it, and we can fix this, and I can wear it later or whatever there, because we're missing pieces here. We're We're missing that. Yeah, we're missing a lot from the pink.
Shouldn't have been.
Yeah, they're missing two different parts of the end on the pink. I can see it right here. We're missing this part and that part because I can see it right here and right there. So yeah.
I've got all the pieces still sitting here. So
Oh, I don't even care.
just drop whatever off.
Holy crap! Look at this. Like, hey! Destruction over here. Like, what kind of?
Just take and shake them off. And
What is this? Okay, so we're gonna have to do this. We're gonna dump these.
here's the pieces. What are you missing on the end?
On what end? Like on the ends. Like I don't know. What do you mean? What am I missing on the
The
ends?
one, the pink one, because I've got the whole pink thing here.
You're missing stuff on it. Look.
Here.
We're gonna try this, and we're gonna try and put stuff together. But you see, folks, for those that don't want to go live and are afraid to go live, give me a good reason on why you feel afraid to go live. Let's see. You're missing that part of the end. And
Here.
that part of the end.
There's the bottom part of that top one.
Oh, look. We're gonna.
And then which part? That part here.
We're gonna. Why don't they just hold
Because
on?
it didn't look like it was cut there. There you go.
Why don't they just do all this after we try and figure out what is wrong on this one? Jeez, look at this one's all wonky. All right, I'm going to totally guesstimate on stuff on this, and then we're going to piece this bad boy together like a puzzle after here because we've got all kinds of parts over. Oh, this one's even better. Look at this. Holy craptacular. This one is, well, I don't even know.
I told you they were all. That was the worst one to weed. That one, and then the orange one was second.
So, no small detail, folks. That's what I'm telling you. No small detail on it. It's gonna look great. I think it's still gonna look great. You're still gonna have fun with it. I would definitely not do this for small lettering by any means. I would save it for bigger stuff because now, after this, you're gonna see us like put a puzzle together. We're gonna put a puzzle together and figure out where stuff goes and how we can fix it because it's a good time. It is such an amazing time here. But I love the product itself. Just not every, when we've said this before, not every product is right for every design. It's like every process, sublimation, not right for everything. DTF, not right for everything. Screen print, not right for everything. Now we got to try and figure out.
This is for the R.
All right. Well, how about we try? I'm going to set stuff up here, and then you can just start telling me where you think it goes, and we'll figure it out together.
Are you using heat tape?
No, I'm not going to use heat tape. That would be a resource that I don't need to use.
Flip it over.
I'm just going to use a cover sheet on it, maybe. And since it's mostly green, I'll probably just use one of these things here. All right. So the good thing is we have a great thing to go off of to know where should be what.
That's an O. That's an O.
Oh, okay. Is there a difference in the O? Do you know which O goes to which one?
No, I think they all look the same.
Okay, they all look the same.
I don't know.
All right. They all look the same.
Don't they?
Sure.
I don't know.
No. Well, we'll make it work. That goes there, right?
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah.
I don't know. Is it supposed to touch something?
No, I just kind of look right there below it. It kind of just dives right in there. See how it just kind of fits in that spot? What do I gotta see? What do I gotta see?
That's
Piece.
a C.
And then I got the dot for the O. And then I got that piece and that piece. Yeah, babe. Yeah. That goes in the O. Yeah. Good thing you got.
But I don't think I have them all lined up very well. Like
At this point, I'm not really concerned about that. I'm really not.
That's your end stuff. This is that's the bottom one, and this is the top one.
Sure.
Well, that's because you said that how they all like fit inside each other.
Yeah. So I mean, it looks.
I can't get that to go where it needs to go. That's why I said heat tape.
I have got better.
Okay, you're missing the A.
Oh, I think this is the A right here.
And that goes to the R.
What R?
The pink R.
Pink R. Okay.
But you need to move that over.
Yeah. See how this works, folks. Tell me you don't love working with your wife. Brian, I know you can go live, and I know you guys would do amazing on this together. So there. See, I think that's together enough-ish, right? We're just gonna lay some of this back on here. We're just playing with fire, man. That's all. We're gonna put that there, and then Or was the other one? It was just kind of right there.
You need me for anything else?
Nope. So there we go. 3:10, 20 seconds. Final time. Let's see what we got. And then I'll bring it over there to show it off to you guys, show you all my stuff. Have a great time with this. Like I said, 3:20, 20 seconds, cold peel. You can find it over at Any Up Graphics. This is the Siser Brick 600. This is the colors neon. These are the colors that we have in neon available here. Colors are going to be the neon green, the neon pink, the neon orange, the neon yellow, and the neon blue. So we'll get rid of that guy first. We'll get rid of this guy second. And there we go. And there, I do dig it. I do dig it. I'm going to bring it right here. And that way you can see the colors. So there's the blue, the orange, the yellow, the pink, and the green. And you can see the texture in it, you know, especially if I come that way. If I go that way with it, you can see the texture in it. So, and it feels so cool. It does. It feels amazing. I love, 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 love the way that brick feels on stuff. So let me get back over here. We're going to switch the camera. We're going to switch the settings because I should be able to exit and remove, and then I should be able to come right back in here. And then we can talk to you about this because, hey, we got stuff to do. What about the N and the orange part? We couldn't find the N. Couldn't find the N. We'll find it. We'll look and find it. But good eye, Kristen. Good eye, Kristen. Good eye. But here it is, all done, ready to go. Like I said, the brick is an amazing thing. Look, I can peek underneath there, and I can kind of see you guys. Look, there's there. So there's your green, your pink, your yellow, your orange, your blue. And you can see this one will be a little easier for me to show you that dimension to it too. So you can really see that dimension in it this way. But man, that is some fun stuff. Any questions, comments, concerns? Because I'm going to find that orange piece and we'll do that. Like I said, we were able to cut that on our GraphTech, no problem. You can cut it on your Cricut, Cameo, whatever. Just remember, test your settings on it, because you don't test your settings, you're going to start wasting material for it. Ellen, store-bought puzzles. I mean, that was a good puzzle, right? Peace, love, press on. I love, man, I really dig that. I'm having too much fun. Yeah. When I can't find a part, I hand cut a part to fit. Well, this thing is, it's probably over there at her desk. And then on top of that, well, there is a second set, so I could probably steal it from that. But overall, I like it. What do you think? 1 to 10, would you use, or maybe 1 to 5? 1 to 5, brick, would you use? 1 being, no way in hell am I ever messing with brick. And 5 being, I cannot wait to order some and start playing with brick. Because you can do a lot of, like I said, there's just that dimensional stuff with it. Just that dimensional stuff with it. We will love it when you have that design as a giveaway. Oh, I could probably do that. That I could probably do. Give me time, Jerry. Give me time. We'll do that tomorrow. Maybe we should do that. Maybe, you know what? I could probably put something together real quick. You know what? Should I give it away? Does somebody want to win that digital design? I'm just going to post it. I'll just post the digital design. That way you can make these yourself. Because remember, that's our new slogan. Peace, love, press on. So I will post this in the group. I'll post the design as an EPS in the group so anybody can cut it. You'll be able to go ahead and do it there. It looks cool. 5. Maybe you won't give me issues. Just don't use small detail. I mean, you can see the small detail we have. And without having that sticky backing, that static carrier sheet, that's where the issues come from. If you get a sticky backing, I wouldn't worry about it nearly as much. But it is some pretty cool stuff. Well, like I said, we'll put this in the group. I'll post this file up there so that way anybody can make it. I'd love to see what you make it on. If you make it with something with the DTV, if you make it with glitter vinyl, if you make it with whatever, if you only use part of it, some of it, you know, I want to see what you can do with it. And and then we'll be able to go from there. So yeah, I want to see what you can do with it. I really want you to try out the brick. That's what I really want to do. Because I think that is just some sweet daddy stuff. Okay. So here's what else we got going on. Tomorrow we've got training on how to troubleshoot. That is training I'm putting together. That's going to be through OSG. That's tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Central. Remember, you can sign up to become an OSG member for only $5. I can get you the link to that banner. So that way you're able to, where's that at? I thought I had it here. It was there. Yeah. osg.tw.link/twt. You head over there. You can sign up for $5 for that. Thursday, we have morning mindset tomorrow morning. That is at 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. Thursday, we're doing another bundle drop. This will be another fall one. So it'll be a Peace Love fall bundle. We'll have that getting ready to go because we're actually going to take one of the bundles we used last year, repurpose it as a bundle itself, put in there. That one's going to be ready to roll. That'll be there. And then we have morning mindset on Friday. Now, next Tuesday for Tuesday with Todd, little birdie told me that my white toner was supposed to ship today. I haven't seen anything on it, so I'm going to verify if it has or has not. If white toner shows up here this week, then we're going to play with that on Tuesday. If not, we do have some vinyl projects that we were looking at doing. I know we've got some Siser, the PSV, so we can play with that some. Maybe even dip our toes back into sublimation, so that way we can do what we can do and go from there. Yeah, Jerry. Yeah, let's just go ahead and have her come weed for you. Oh, what else? What else did you find? I think the A's are all there in peace right there. Brick is on your thing. The A's in peace. I think they're all there. Darren. Am I missing one? A's. Yeah, I think all the A's are there. I think the only thing I really saw, because since it kicks up out of there, it takes out that part from it. But I think the only things that we're missing is going to be on the ends. Right, the end down there in the orange end. I think that's the only thing I really saw missing on it. But yeah, I do like it. I love brick. Brick's corner's not square. So here's the thing: if you run into issues with brick because it is a thicker product, make sure blade depth is right. Like, I'm not using a specialty blade; that's just a 45-degree blade. Make sure that if you are using the Wizard, that you have an overcut feature, so that way it adds to that. The other thing too is you can slow your speed down. Sometimes when it's going too fast and it tries to make those corners, especially those sharp corners, it just misses it and kind of gets it janky on the side of it. So you might want to slow your temperature. You might want to slow your speed down on it. Not yet. We were trying to figure out how to make things work, and then they said, well, we're just going to ship it. And so that's what I'm going to, if I don't have any information tomorrow, hopefully I can get some more information, because that might still be a thing on Monday, because we can only do Mondays and run out of Mondays. So that they're there, just that little piece. Oh, yeah. Just that little piece. And those actually stuck pretty good. A lot of this is because of these, like in these ends with that sharp angle that is in there, and so it just wanted to pull up on that. So that's just some of the things. And as I say, when it comes to design the products that you use, you want to make sure that you really double check that. Let's see, you need to order some DTF transfers. It's a total of 16 pages. All vector. Is CDR okay? Yes, CDR is okay as long as you backwards save it to 17, which, hey, I can show you how to do that real quick. Let me share a screen, and then, because I know I've gotten questions on this on how to do that. So if we want to share, if you're using Corel, because I use X7, and you want to backward save something. So if you go File and Save As, right? If you want to save it as a Corel file, when it finally eventually pops up here, here's what you're going to do is over here in your versions, you're going to select which version. Go down to 17, because you can see with us 16, 15, 14, we can go back to 12. So you want to go back to 17. You go back to 17, and then we'll be able to use that file. Otherwise, right there, if the other thing you can do is you can export it. And if you export as an EPS, just make sure to flatten everything. Make sure to weld everything. Get rid of all your things. You can just save as an EPS and send that as well. So those are the two things for there. If you're doing something for DTF, make sure to save as a transparent PNG. So those are all your options that you have on that. All right. So we got a birthday party in a half an hour. Kids turning 21, so adult arcade it is. We're going to go and have some fun down there, eat some pizza, play some old school video games. I'm going to take some pictures of it. In fact, I think if everything closes out well, and we are part of Tumblr Fest here next July, that's going to be one of the places I want to do a meet and greet at, because I don't know any person that doesn't mind playing old school video games, and if you do, maybe we're just not friends. All right. You guys have a great day. We'll be back here tomorrow morning for Morning Mindset. We have training tomorrow night. We have the DTF bundle on Thursday, Morning Mindset Friday. We've got still a busy week there. Sweet. Got the yard sign design approved today. Order forms went out today. We'll see how many. Awesome. can't wait to see. Darren, we're going to do like 400 of them. That's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. If you don't know what Darren's talking about, Darren did yard and signs. You know, they put out an order form for them there. They got approved. So send them out, and we're going to print them for them. So if you need yard and signs, we can print and ship straight to you. No problem there. All right. You guys have a great day. Peace, love, press on. We will see you guys next time.